Gary and Sandra Carpenter spent most of their lives on the mission field. They were never in one place long enough to own a home. When they left the mission field in 1985, they rented a house, but they still dreamed of owning their own home. In 1999, their rental home was put up for sale. They applied for a loan to buy it for $135,000 and were flatly turned down.
They said, "You're old, you've never made any money, you're probably going to never make any money," and they turned us down. So we went back and said, "God, do you still want us to buy a house?" He said, "Yes." So we went out looking and looking and looking, and finally we came to this one, and it just sort of glowed. It's just beautiful there. But we told the lady that was showing it to us, said, "We know that we can't qualify for a loan for this because it was $220,000. And so she said, "Okay, well, we'll see what happens."
The Carpenters' missionary income was always modest, but they're faithful tithers, and they're CBN partners too.
We have a special place in our heart for the 700 Club. Anytime we have something, a decision to make or something, we call up, or if we're sick or whatever, we call up the 700 Club and ask for prayer.
That's what Gary and Sandra did when hope of owning their own home dimmed. They called the 700 Club. Shortly thereafter, they received a stunning call from their real estate agent.
She called us up and said, "Have I got a deal for you? AT&T wants to put a cell phone antenna on the back of that property. They'll pay $10,000 a year for 30 years. So we went back to the bank with that, and they said, "Welcome in, old friend, old buddy."
6 months later, Sprint came knocking with a similar offer that, coupled with AT&T, pays the Carpenters' full mortgage every month. And the towers are hidden in the palm trees, so they still have a beautiful view. Several years later, their home skyrocketed in value.
And they started putting in these, $1-million houses and $500,000 houses, and that made the property go way up. And we've frequently been offered $600,000 for just the half of where our house is.
The Carpenters are now comfortably retired in scenic Lemon Grove, California. They attribute owning their own home to the faithfulness of God, their faithfulness in giving, and prayer with a CBN counselor.
And I believe that that's probably the reason we got the house.
We don't make a lot of money, but we do have plenty to live on, and it makes us very happy to give.
You be faithful to Him, and He's always faithful to you when you walk in faith.